Good morning, children. Mahalakshmi here, your social science teacher. Vijayanagara, the city of victory, was established in southern Karnataka by two brothers named Harihara and Bukka. The new kingdom was called Vijayanagara for a time in honor of the spiritual teacher Vidyaranya before it came to be called Vijayanagara. Four dynasties, namely Sangama, Saluva, Tuluva and Aravidu ruled this kingdom. Devaraya II was the greatest ruler of the Sangam dynasty. He began the practice of recruiting Muslim fighters to serve him and to train him in the new method of warfare. After Devaraya II, the Vijayanagara Empire went through a crisis. The able commander of the Vijayanagara army, Saluva Narasimha, making use of the situation, declared himself the emperor after murdering the last ruler of the Sangama dynasty, Virupaksha Raya II. But the Saluva dynasty, founded by Saluva Narasimha, came to an end with his death. When Naranayakas, his able general, seized power, it assured the Tuluva dynasty. Krishnadevaraya, who reigned for 20 years, was the most illustrious ruler of the Tuluva dynasty. He forced a war on Prataparudra, the Gajapati ruler of Odisha. Prataparudra negotiated for peace and offered to marry off his daughter to him. Accepting the offer, Krishnadevaraya returned the territory he has conquered from Prataparudra. Krishnadevaraya, with the assistance of the Portuguese gunners, could easily defeat the Sultan of Golconda and subsequently take over Raichur from the ruler of Bijapur. Krishnadevaraya built huge irrigation tanks and reservoirs for harvesting rainwater. He built the famous temples of Krishnaswamy, Hazara Ramaswamy and Vittala Swamy in the capital city of Hampi. Krishnadevaraya patronized art and literature. 8 eminent luminaries in literature known as Ashtadhikajas adorned his court. Alasani Padana was the greatest of them all. Krishnadevaraya was succeeded by his younger brother Achyutadevaraya. The combined forces of the enemies met at Talikota in 1565. There was terrible human slaughter and pillaging in the capital city of Hampi. All the buildings, palaces and temples were destroyed. The beautiful carvings and sculptures were desecrated. Internal dissensions and the intrigues of the sultans of Bijapur and Golconda, however, led to the final collapse of the empire about 1646. Vijayanagar administration. Kingship was hereditary based on the principles of primogeniture. Structure of governance. The empire was divided into different mandalams or called as provinces, nadus called as districts, stalas called as taluks and finally into gramas or called as villages. Each province was administered by a governor called Mandaleshwara. The lowest unit of the administration was the village. The army consisted of the infantry, cavalry and elephant crops. Economic condition. The Vijayanagar Empire was one of the richest states that known to the world. The emperor issued a large number of gold coins called varahas. Agriculture. It was the policy of its rulers to encourage agriculture in different parts of the empire by following a wise irrigation policy. Abdur Razak, the visiting Persian emissary to Krishnadevaraya's court, records a huge tank built with the help of Portuguese masons. Channels were constructed to supply water from the tank to different parts of the city. Cottage industries. Vijayanagar's agricultural production was supplemented by numerous cottage scale industries. The most important of them were textile, mining, and metallurgy. Trade. During the Vijayanagar Empire, coastal and overseas trade flourished in goods such as silk from China, spices from Malabar region, and precious stones from Burma or Myanmar is called. Contribution of literature. Krishnadevaraya wrote Amukta Malyata, an epic in Telugu, and a Sanskrit drama, Jambavadi Kalyanam. Tenali Ramakrishna authored Panduranga Mahatyam. The temple building activity of the Vijayanagara rulers produced a new style called the Vijayanagara style. Horse was the most common animal to be depicted on the pillars. Alauddin Khazan, also known as Khazan Gangu, seized Dauladabad and declared himself Sultan under the title of Bahman Shah. He shifted his capital to Gulbarga. There were 18 monarchs of the Bahmani dynasty. Alauddin Khazan ruled for 11 years. Muhammad Shah I succeeded Bahman Shah. He waged 2 wars with Vijayanagar but could not gain from it. But his attack on Warangal in 1363 earned him a large property and wealth, including the important fortress of Golconda and his treasured Turcosi throne, which thereafter became the throne of the Bahmani kings. In 1375, Mujahid, the son of Muhammad Shah, ascended the throne. Mahmud Gawan, a Persian by birth, Mahmud Gawan was well versed in Islamic theory, Persian, and mathematics. He served with great distinction as a prime minister under Muhammad III and contributed extensively to the development of the Bahmani kingdom. Gawan was known for his military campaign as well as administrative reforms. He used Persian chemists to teach the Bahmani army about the preparation and the use of the gunpowder. The administrative reforms introduced by Gawan improved the efficiency of the government. Gawan became a victim of this tussle for power. Sultan, who himself was not happy with Gawan's dominance, ordered his execution. Gawan's execution prompted several of the foreign nobles who were considered the backbone of the state to leave for their provinces. During this period, the Sultanate gradually broke up into 5 independent Deccan kingdoms: Bidar, Bijapur, Ahmednagar, Bera, and Golconda.